Hello and welcome to Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to build this guy right here. What is this? This is set number 60408, the car transporter. This is not Lego's first attempt at this. In fact, they've made a Technic one, and they've made another one that was green and white, and I think they made one other one. Anyway, they made a couple of them over time. This is just the latest rendition, which I do like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start building. I've got the pieces laid out. And yes, Greg, you can get a link. And if you guys would, hit that like button and subscribe. And turn on all notifications, all that good stuff. Let's get Greg in here. Copy that. Go over to Facebook here and send that to you. All right. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please let me know what kind of day you're having. Oh, no, not her. I was about ready to send it to Miss Chip. She didn't ask for one. Greg did. Okay. All right. All right, Greg, it's been sent. Let me go ahead and switch cameras here so we can see the build. I'm having a great day, to be honest with you. I've been doing a lot. I've been sorting pieces on my channel. And also I did a live stream with Rancor Steve last night, and I sorted some more, and I spent my morning going through and putting that away. I did not finish putting it away, so that's what I'll be doing after this live stream. But I'm getting that spare parts drawer down pretty far, which is good because I don't need it to be that thick. All right. Here we go. Here's the first character here. And I just realized my camera's probably not focus in a little bit. Okay, there we go. And let's bring Greg on. Greg, how you doing, bud?
I'm just relaxing in my bed.
All right. Is it kind of a lazy day for you then?
Me and Dad took Grandma out for early dinner, birthday dinner.
Okay. So it wasn't your birthday dinner then yesterday?
It was, but we took Grandma out for her late birthday dinner today.
Okay. Well, happy birthday, Greg.
Thank you. So, how's your day going?
My day's been pretty good. I've been working on a lot of things. I've been kind of tweaking my schedule for what I'm going to do as far as videos for the next coming month. And I think I've got it pretty well squared away for what I want. In fact, let me share a couple of them with you. Of course, today is the car transporter. Tomorrow will be the review of the mobile construction crane that we built on this channel. And then Tuesday, I will do the review of this car transporter. We're going to do some live streams this week too. And the live streams this week are going to include, I've been having trouble building the Avengers Tower. And I'll admit, the reason why is because I'm not very organized. So we're going to do a couple live streams where I'm going to go ahead and organize the pieces better. And then that way I should be able to build it faster and more often. So be looking out for that. We'll be doing a lot of little things. And if Mayo, if you're here, hello. And Greg, I know you're here. Hello. And Mrs. Chip is here. John got a hold of me a little bit ago. He said he was going to be here, so expect him to pop in here soon.
You're going to be fashionably late.
Is there such a thing as being unfashionably late? Just one of the questions of the universe. So Mrs. Chip will remember this. Years ago, I used to not be able to wait for Sundays to come around, and that's because this guy, I think his name is Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck.
It just says Shepherd, but I thought his name was Chuck Shepherd. Let's see. No, I can't find his name. His only last name is Shepard. Anyway, this guy Shepard, he likes to do what's called News of the Weird, and he publishes it once a week on Sundays, and it's got the most oddball crimes and other things that have happened. And I read it this week. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. I used to read it every Sunday, but I forgot about it for a couple of years. Well, I remember today and I printed it off, so I'll be sharing stories from that. If you're watching this, please hit the like button. If you're watching this on the replay, please hit the like button. I appreciate that. So the first thing in this build is we build the 3 different cars. So we're going to go ahead and get that done. Okay, my first story comes out of the Chinese airport. Oh, not Chinese airport. The new, I can't pronounce that. It sounds like a swear word. In Japan, Hokkaido, whatever it is. On August the 17th, the whole entire airport shut down temporarily because a gift shop could not find a pair of scissors. And they thought the pair of scissors, because it was behind security, was stolen by somebody. And so they made everybody get off the planes, and they canceled a total of over 200 flights. They canceled 36 flights and delayed 200 others while they're looking for the scissors. And they made everyone go through security again. Then they reboarded the planes because they couldn't find it. And then the next day, they found it in a drawer in the gift shop.
That's kind of stupid.
It is stupid, and I don't think I'd have a good sense of humor. I think I'd be pretty salty about that. Traveling is not one of my strong suits, whether it's by car, airplane. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I really hate airports. Airports, oh gosh. Just all the rules they have. And I think I told you my story. Maybe I didn't. So I have psoriasis where my skin dries up and flakes and looks bad. And I have this prescription cream that costs a lot of money. Thank goodness for insurance, right? And anyway, one of the times I visited Mrs. Chip, I drove there, drove her car there, and I flew back. Well, when I flew back, I had that tube of medicated cream, prescription cream. And when I went through the airport security, they flipped out on me. Oh, it's over 4 ounces. I'm like, yeah, but it's a prescription. They made me throw it away. So I don't like airports because of stupid things like that. And Mrs. Chip says I'd be salty about that too. I was. And that lady was on a trip. I also had the Tantum 5 Lego set with me. Brand new, box not opened. And the lady was having a cow about it. And she claimed that it looked like drugs on the scanner. And she wanted to break open my box. And I was getting upset. And I was about ready to say some choice words to her, which probably would have got me in trouble. But one of the other employees that was working there looked at her and he's like, it's Legos. He's fine. Because, I mean, the seals weren't even broken on the box. So I ended up getting through security just fine because the other employee basically told her she was off her rocker. I think she was just having a power trip, to be honest. Anyway, that's a long story. But, yeah, airports are a place I don't like. Plus the fact I don't like paying $7 or $8 for stupid bottled water. Seriously? I don't even know how much it is. I'm just making that up. But it is expensive.
What kind of salt? What kind of salt were you feeling? The kosher kind or the sea salt kind?
The sea salt kind. You know why?
Why?
Because sea salt's my favorite stuff because the box says 130 million years old, but expires in October. Hello, John. Even with insurance, I was paying $7,000 a year for a particular medication. Yeah, that's just unreal, man. I'm sorry you had to do that. Oh, that popped off. Let's put it back on. All right. So we've got the car done. Well, one car done. There's three. And this one, it's designed so that you can switch the, there I go, breaking it. It's designed so you can switch the front and the back of the oven. I can't take it off. It won't come off. Yeah, it's not coming off. There it goes. I'm not going to switch them all around. I'm going to leave them as factory settings. So we're done with that. Let's move on to the next one. The next story I want to tell you happened in Portage, Indiana, and it led to a physical fight between a store manager of an Applebee's and a customer. And this is what really bothered me. It's stupid. It happened on August the 2nd. And I'll admit, I think the customer was being lame and trying to scam them. What had happened was Shanisha Cobbs, 28, started arguing with the store manager loudly at Applebee's because they had a $15.99 all-you-can-eat deal. And the customer was trying to imply that the deal for $15.99 applied to the whole entire group of people that he had brought, not $15 per person. And the manager explained that no, it's just for one person, so it's $15.99 per person. And the guy's like, well, it doesn't say that anywhere. And when the manager pointed out on the menu where it clearly says it was $15.99 per person, that led to a fist fight. And the customer was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
And Mrs. Chip says, yes, a power trip. Yeah, it was definitely a power trip.
But she got fired.
No, she didn't, I don't think. But she definitely needs to be, I think, been written up. Because really, when you have medicated cream that's prescribed to you, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be something terror related. Plus the fact that stuff's so expensive. Anyway, and then claiming that Legos looks like drugs. Are you on drugs? I mean, that's my question. Anyway, and John says customers are sleazebags. They sure can be. That is a definitely a possibility. Actually, I've had my fair share of customers that I've worked at a sandwich shop called Togo's. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It's like Subway's competitor, and they're mostly on the West Coast. I don't even know if they still exist because this was when I was in high school. I was like 14, 15 working there. But yeah, I worked at that sandwich shop for a couple of years, and we had one customer who he was a racist guy, and he didn't like Asians, and there was no reason for him not to like Asians. He just didn't. And one of our guys that worked with us, Brian, he wasn't Asian, actually. He was Hawaiian. But the customer used to come in and call him an Asian. It was like, what an ignorant guy. I mean, stupid. But he would call him an Asian. And our sandwiches were all numbered. Like the number 1, the number 2, all the way up to, I think it was 30 sandwiches. Anyways, the problem was that this customer, Mark, used to come in and he liked to get in Brian's line just so he could piss him off. And he'd always go up to Brian and flip him off and say, I want a number 1. And Brian was cool about it first couple times it happened, but it got old, and eventually when Brian asked the guy to stop, he wouldn't stop, and the guy ended up getting trespassed, so he was no longer allowed in the building, and he never did come back. He didn't try, but Yeah, customers can be jerks like that. And actually, I kind of wonder what happened to Brian, because this is before Facebook, so it's not like I kept up with him. If I could, I think yeah, his last name was Kim, Brian Kim. You know what? I'm going to look him up, because if I can find him on Facebook, I'd love to reconnect with him.
Yep.
See, it's different. Like, not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with your generation, Greg, but you guys are so used to, having Facebook and Instagram and all that. And heck, when I grew up, we still had telephones in the wall in the kitchen. So, totally different.
And using fax machines.
Yeah, actually, we did use fax machines. Beepers. Oh my gosh. Before cell phones used to be the beeper.
And Walkmans.
I had a Walkman growing up. I used to like doing that when I had a paper route. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got another story for you. Jeff Daniels, and he's a lookalike Mayor Benji Cranford of Thompson, Georgia, was arrested on August the 14th after a grand jury indicted him for allegedly supplying a 750 milliliter bottle of Seagram's extra dry gin to prisoners on a roadside work crew. The indictment said Cranford brought the bottle on June the 4th and left it in a ditch along the path where he knew a work crew from Jefferson County Correctional Institution would be working. Cranston was charged with furnishing prohibited items to inmates and criminal attempt to commit a felony. He bonded out 3.5 hours later. What a swell guy. And I think that definitely qualifies as unclear on the concept. I'll bet you some of the guys were in there for drunk driving. Just my guess.
Mm. Do you keep in contact with your classmates?
Not a lot of them. A few I do. There was these. I won't use last names, but Caesar and Ramesses. They were Filipino, and they are twins. They're cool guys, and I still keep in touch with them. Occasionally argue with them on Facebook because Ramesses is the exact opposite political view that I am. So we like to spar back and forth in good nature. Neither one of us ever get butt hurt, but we certainly have our disputes. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, there's Marianne. Marianne, she was a girl that I thought was cute in kindergarten, and she lived down the street from me. And I remember in kindergarten, she got sick and threw up on me. I had to go home and change my clothes. I remember that. I'm trying to remember who else I keep. Oh yeah, Anna Gutierrez. Oh, oops, I used last names. Yeah, I'm friends with her on Facebook, and she was a gal that was on my elementary school all the way up to the high school. Yeah, man, there's actually quite a few. Greg, how about you? Do you keep in touch with people from your school?
Oh, we went our separate ways.
Okay. Well, there are a few others that I like keep in touch with, like Andrew. Andrew was he was a class clown. I was specifically told that I wasn't allowed to hang out with him anymore. And we were in the same class in 5th grade. And after that, we were never allowed to be in a class together because we got in so much trouble together. I don't know if you can imagine Chip getting in trouble, but I did get in trouble a lot at school. Hello, never too old for Lego. All right, so we're done with car number 2. Let's set that one aside. And let's go ahead and start on the other one. Now, this one, I like this car. Tell me, does that not look like the car in Grease Lightning if it was a convertible?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, the Grease Lightning car was completely black, but it does look a lot like it. I sent a message to my dad, and I asked him what car they were trying to imitate. And my dad said it's a bad rendition of a 1954 Ford or a T-Bird. And he said a bad one, so he didn't say it looked good. I don't really know. I don't know my cars when they get that old. Actually, I don't even know my cars today. All right, well, here we got an Elvis impersonator. Speaking of older things. So this car is built on a different chassis than the other one. John says he keeps in touch with college, yes, high school, no. And that's kind of the same thing with me. I have more college friends on Facebook than I do high school. And I think that's just because the age that Facebook was much closer to my college days than my high school days. Quick question. Should I do a roller coaster or the Titanic mock set? Well, just because my own selfish reasons, please don't do a roller coaster one because that's actually on my schedule. No, man, do whatever you want. I'm just joking, man. I think that okay, so I've looked at the Titanic. My friend Jim has it, and I've seen it built. And there are a few things I would change about it. Number one, I know it's not minifigure scale, and if it was, it would be as long as my dang house. So I know it's not, but I think it'd be really cool if somebody built like an iceberg that it hit, or did the scene where Rose is floating on. I think she was floating on a door on the end there. If they had a scene with her and Jack in the water, or something like that. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. Roller coaster, yeah, heck yeah, man. There's so many different roller coasters out there in the world that even if you did a roller coaster, it's not going to look the same as the one I'm going to do. So more power to you, man. I'd do it. I think a roller coaster would have more possibilities. And I think as far as people watching it, I think they'd be more interested in watching a roller coaster than the Titanic. But that's just my opinion. Do whatever suits your fancy. And more cars for the city. Oh, yeah, this is for the city. It definitely is. And that reminds me, I'll be working on the city some more. Maybe after it cools off a little bit. We're in the 90s here today. Kind of got warm again. And we are also underneath a fire warning. We are underneath a burn ban here. Dang it. I've got cardboard I wanted to burn and I can't.
Let me guess. Let me guess your old Lego boxes.
Some of them, yeah. Yeah, we do have a recycling spot in town, but it's two dumpster looking things and they're almost always full. So I try to take it there, and if it's full, I just burn my trash. But we're underneath the fire warning, so we cannot burn right now. And we do have a very large wildfire not too far from us. And it is so bad. I live in a valley that's only 2.5 miles wide. If I go outside right now and I look to the east and the west, I can't see either mountain range thing. So, yeah, it's pretty hazy out there, and we're underneath a air quality advisory thing too. So, not the funnest of times in Idaho right now. And let's see, comments. I woke up this morning and had 82 subscribers, 20 days. Hey, that is absolutely awesome, dude. Congratulations. I I'll tell you what. I'll sign on with all my fake accounts, and I'll get you over 100. I'm just kidding. I don't have fake accounts. It's something I always joke about, but I don't have it. Burnt in the house. Yeah, okay, John. I don't think so.
I'm ready for a big Christmas already.
Oh, what's got you driving towards Christmas?
The weather.
Oh, okay. So, I imagine your weather's pretty similar to Mrs. Chip's. I was there. Yeah, I was there in what do you call it? February, and even in February, it was in the 80s, man. Does it stay that warm there?
80s, 90s, 100s.
Jeez.
In the later summer months.
Last year we were going to get smoke from the other side of the country. We were getting smoke. Yeah. I don't claim to understand everything here. But I can tell you that whenever there's wildfires in California, we usually end up getting hazy weather here from it. And it's just the way the wind blows. But as a payback, I know that California gets the smog and pollution from China. It blows across the ocean. So I used to live in California, and there were times, oh my gosh, they give it little, look at that. You got big wheels in the front, and then in the back you have these little mag wheel looking things. Like the cars, thank you. And this one right here, like I said, it reminds me of the car on Grease Lightning. Not the one that John Travolta, the other guy, the guy with the pit face. I don't remember his name. I'll just call him Pit Face. How's that? And I know Mrs. Chip knows his name because Mrs. Chip, that Grease is her favorite movie
of all time.
Yep.
I bet she sings Grease songs from heart.
Crater Face. Oh, yeah, that's right. I hope they're not fake. Lego people are so chill. You know, yeah, I'll agree with that. I do agree with that. I do have, okay, slightly different subject, but I actually do buy some fake Lego minifigures, and that's because Lego doesn't have the minifigures I want. I don't think I'll show this on camera ever, but I started a mock once of a strip club, and I'll be honest, I've never been to a strip club my whole entire life.
If you do, but Mrs. Chip will go gorilla on you.
I don't know. Mrs. Chip offered to take me to one once. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just not my thing, you know. But I did have a modular mock, and I didn't finish it, but it is a strip club, and on AliExpress you can actually buy a set of minifigures that are strippers. And I was gonna buy it to. I was gonna say to round out my building. That's the wrong. Sorry, that's the wrong thing to say. So I don't think I'll ever show it on camera, but it's a corner modular, and on the corner it's got a big old red high heel built on it. Anyway, I do have a very off sense of humor. It's 90 degrees here, says Mrs. Chip. All right, let's see what else we got. One end of Canada to the other never happened here before. All right. Crater Face was his name in Greece. Okay. I just remember that's the lady that she dated to make the other guy jealous. Took him to the dance.
Uh, has she seen Grease too?
Yes, and for some reason she likes that and I don't. I thought Grease is okay, but Grease 2, no. But here we go. Here's the cool looking Thunderbird looking kind of car. Not exactly like my dad said. It's a bad rendition of it. So Rizzo, yes, that's a trick. Don't do it. The strip club. Well, I've already have done it. I didn't finish it, but I won't ever show it. And I've showed members of my lug, and they think it's hilarious. But for obvious reasons, it shows. Actually, here you go. We're having rain this evening and all day tomorrow. Rizzo and Grease 2 was not good. I will agree with that. I did not like that. That had Michelle Pfeiffer in it. Now, Michelle Pfeiffer was cute, but the rest of the show was not cute. Speaking of Michelle Pfeiffer, I have a lot of respect for her that she didn't want her acting career to interfere with being a mother. And so she actually quit acting for the longest time just so she could raise her kids. The money was not important to her.
She made a good Catwoman.
She did. And I also like the fact that she's in Coolio's Gangster Paradise video.
Who was in the Amish Paradise one?
It was a look-alike, but it wasn't her. I'm trying to remember. I looked it up once. I'd have to look it up to remember the name now. Yeah, I'm going to turn on the air conditioning over here. Oh, it's gotten to be a little too warm up here, being the 90s. Is it? I mean, I assume you guys can hear it, but is it too loud to have the air conditioner on?
It's okay.
All right.
Have you seen Saturday Night Fever or Staying Alive?
I've seen both. It's been several years. Saturday Night Fever is a good song too by the Bee Gees.
I guess the Bee Gees was the producers of those movies.
I did not know that. That makes sense.
Or the shadow producers.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's based off titles of their songs. The AC's not too loud. Awesome. I'm really glad to hear that because, regardless, I'm gonna have it on. I'm hot.
Hi, hot. I'm Dylan.
So, should I call you Dylan or should I call you Greg?
It don't matter.
Just as long as it's not hey you. Greg's like, that's okay too. Don't care.
No, where's that cotton ball at?
Not sure. All right. Well, we got another story because I've got 3 pages worth of stories and we're only through the first page. So let's go to the other ones. Okay. Russian chess player Amina, do not ask me to pronounce the last name, age 40, of Dagestan, could be banned from competition for life after she was accused of poisoning another player at the Dagestan Classical Chess Championship on August 2nd. Surveillance video captured Amina stopping at a table and spreading a substance on the board and pieces where her competitor would soon be sitting. Her behavior could have been innocent, but about 30 minutes later, her competitor started experiencing nausea and vomiting. Doctors confirmed that she had been poisoned with mercury and she ended up in the hospital. I felt a lack of air and taste of iron in my mouth, she said. Amina confessed to using mercury from an old thermometer to soil the board, hoping to knock her opponent out of the tournament. She is likely to lose her job and face criminal prosecution, as she should, because poisoning somebody to win a competition is absolutely ludicrous.
Her opponent should win by default for that.
Yeah, I agree. That's I don't know. That's pretty low. If you have to do that to try to win a competition, you're not that good to begin with.
What are you going to do tonight?
Mostly, I'm going to be working out in the shop, assuming that it cools off a little bit, because I need to work on the city. I owe you guys a city update video, so I need to work on that. And I also need to work on the Avengers Tower. That's definitely something that I'm behind on. Cheating never wins. It'll catch up to you sooner or later. Yeah, it will. And in fact, when I text my dad a picture of this vehicle, asking him what he thought they were trying to copy, he ended up calling me and reminiscing with me for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes about how cars just aren't what they used to be. And it was a pretty cool conversation. I like my dad. His conversations can always be interesting. You never know where they're going to go. Some days my dad's really with it, and other days he's not.
Were you close with your grandparents?
I was. All right, we're already on bag number 5. How about you? I mean, you talk about your grandma, so I imagine you are close to her.
Yeah, pretty much. I was close to my great-grandparents till they died.
How long have they? How long has it been since they passed?
My great-grandfather since 2011, and my great-grandma since 2016.
Okay. Yeah,
My
go ahead.
my great-grandma's old enough. She went to a Frank Sinatra concert.
Yeah, my great grandmother on my dad's side. Well, one of my great grandmothers on my dad's side. She lived to be 102, and she passed away in 2002, was it? I could be wrong about that, but it's been a while. She's been gone. She cracked me up because my great grandmother Schultz had a mouth on her. You know, she looked like a sweet little white haired lady till she started talking. Boy, she had no problems reading you the riot act laced with swear words.
Mm.
I kind of like. Go ahead.
And she met James Dean.
Oh, that's cool. You don't hear about that very often. Yeah, my great grandmother Schultz. Sometimes I like Okay, so she was white haired, but originally she was a redhead, and she was a fiery little thing. And I love going to restaurants with her because if the waiter did anything in the slightest, she did not have a problem telling them she didn't like their service. I remember one time this little gal upset my great grandmother, and she's like, "I'll bet you were looking forward to a nice trip today." And she's like, "Better luck next time, sweetie. You sucked."
I bet she was the best.
Well, she was just fun to hang out with because she just didn't care. Whatever was on her mind, it was spoken. Oh, dang it. I hate when that happens. A piece slipped, knocking things out, and I got to rebuild part of it. Well, so far I'm liking this truck. Did you buy this one, Greg?
No,
All right. Any plans to, or I don't even know. Do you collect City?
if if a certain set from it really appeals to me.
Okay, but you're more into like Star Wars and the Technic car or the Speed Champions, if I remember right.
Some DC icons.
Okay. Well, I've given up on collecting Harry Potter. I just had to give up. I used to try to. I have a lot of Harry Potter, but um, there just comes a point where you have to focus on just a couple of things. It's just too expensive.
They keep on putting them out nonstop.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article about Lego's profitability this year, and they say that Lego, for the first half of the year, released over 300 sets. I mean, I'm impressed, but at the same time, I really think they need to slow down.
I,
I don't know about you. My pocketbook can't keep up.
I'm hoping to get the new Batmobile is coming out.
October 1st.
Yep.
All right, so we got the semi cab built. Let's set aside the extra pieces, the ones that I just so much love. space is the determining factor for me and current bills. Well, John, space is a factor for me too. And I know that sounds really funny that because I have a large shop and the house is pretty big, but I haven't cataloged all my sets yet. And according to Brickset, I've got over 1,200 sets as it is. So yes, I do actually have a space problem, even with everything that I have. And this is a new piece right here because it used to be twice as wide, but now they've got singles. It's the first time I've seen this piece.
They'll come useful.
Yeah, actually, I think it will. Especially if I'm building a wall and I would want to put graffiti on it. I can use different colors to build it into the wall and stuff. And I'd like to do some graffiti in my city. I think it'd look cool.
Or do some demolition work that could use as in your city.
Yeah. Or I could find a way to add it to the strip club. Just kidding. I'll stop that. And no, you don't see it on any of my Lego tour things because I've been very careful about putting it away before I do any videos out there. You got to remember, I try to keep it clean for the most part because I've got young family members that like to watch my stuff, which I admit that here lately I've been kind of letting that slip. Wish these kids would grow up so I don't have to worry about that. Boy, where's that piece? Oh, I can't find it. Nice. I'll find it later when I don't need it anymore. I'm just kidding. Oh, well, yeah, I'm looking for the wrong color. There we go. You have 0 missing 12,000 pieces. For the most part, once it gets organized, the space will come. Well, I have some ideas on how to display my speed champions better, but I honestly I don't have the money to do it. I need to build some shelves, and I'm going to build some custom shelves. But yeah, me and Mrs. Chip have been talking about it. I'm going to be looking for a part-time job here soon. I don't need a part-time job for very long. I just need it to. Well, I mean, I'll keep it for a while, but I mean, I don't need it forever and ever. I'm not crying about it. I totally get it. I got to pull my weight. And for a big guy like me, pulling your weight's pretty hard. A post office. I could build a post office, actually. I've got some ideas for one. And I did apply at the post office. But all I've heard is I'm on the pre-hire list according to their website. But I haven't heard anything back. So I don't know. We'll see.
You gonna be a delivery driver?
No. I would definitely want to be a clerk. A clerk or the person in the back throwing packages around.
Imagine being in the mail truck for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, you know those things are not air conditioned.
Why? That's kind of stupid.
No, they're not. The LLVs, the little delivery trucks, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not air conditioned. Um, and if you're a rural carrier, you have to provide your own vehicle. Even they do give you mileage because my sister's a rural carrier. Um, they do provide mileage for you, but that's it. Like, and I don't think it covers the full cost of running a car. But oh well, I'm glad somebody does it. I live on a rural route. And talk about odd. The lady I bought the house from, the one that doesn't like me, um, she was my rural carrier when I first moved in. She since quit the job or got fired. I don't know which one. I don't care. It's not my problem.
Or you can work at Amazon.
You know, I've known a few people that have worked there, and they don't speak highly of it. But I've never worked there, so I can't verify that. You ever worked at Amazon?
No.
I've been itching to rebuild my Daily Bugle mock. The one that's 7'4" tall.
Yeah.
Oh, I put the wrong spot. Shoot. I just don't. Sometimes I don't like the way it turned out. And there's times I look at it and I think, if I were to redo it, and it's like, stop talking like that in your head because you're going to end up redoing it. That's a huge trailer, man.
Yep.
All right, we're on bag number 7 out of 10. So we're cruising right along. It's really funny because when I look over here and I look at all the pieces that are left, I just think to myself, there's no way that trailer's using up all them pieces. But I think that a lot. It ends up using up all the pieces. So I know I'm wrong. I know it will use up all the pieces.
Any plans after string?
Just going out to the shop and seeing what I can conjure up. Mainly, I need to put away the rest of those Legos I sorted. Oh, I'm sorry, Lego I sorted.
You know, Lego is gonna gonna discontinue the oil-based plastic.
I'm sorry, do what?
You know, Lego is going to discontinue the oil-based plastic.
Yes. I'm not a fan of that. And that's just because, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've got Lego pieces that are 40 years old that still snap together just fine. My fear is that it won't be the same quality. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. We have to wait and see.
Okay.
And they said they're not going to pass the cost on consumer, though.
I smell bull something on that. I know that's what they said. I read probably the same article you did. And yes, they did say it, but I don't believe it because they pass along every other cost to us. So I'm not against them trying it out, but I know that sometimes the quality might suffer, and I'm really hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping they're able to figure this out, and if they do it, that it works well. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, Oberto. Well, I got another story. I'm sure I do. Okay, this one's kind of stupid. News you can use. Homeowners who don't want to advertise the details of their property can blur their homes on Google Street View, MSN reported on August 22nd. Would-be thieves certainly want to scout their locations before they hit them. Criminals might look for security barriers, front door cameras, or exterior surveillance systems through Google Maps. But he warned it'll be more of a red flag alerting thieves there's something worth stealing there if you have it blurred. We make it easier for anyone to blur their homes if they prefer, a Google spokesperson said. Just click on the Report a Problem button and submit the request. I did not know they would do that. I know they blur people's faces. And I can't remember what town it was, but it was in the U.S. It was going around Facebook a couple months ago about this lady in front of a bar who flashed her titties to the Google camera, and they didn't catch it. They blurred her face, but they didn't blur her assets. And after it went on Facebook for a little bit, they finally did blur it out. I thought it was kind of funny. And you remember that place where Joe Biden fell off his bike?
Yeah.
Somebody put a historical marker, Brandon Falls. They end up removing that too. I kind of thought it was funny. I mean, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You could find humor in that. Oh boy, I am tired, guys. But we are on bag number, what is this? 8? Yeah, I think it's bag 8. 2 more bags after this, and it's in the bag. And so far, I'm liking this. This is a very beefed up sort of trailer. It has to be. It's hauling cars. And actually, I had a friend, Tim. He's a truck driver in Wyoming, and he worked for an auto transport place. And he says sometimes it was unnerving because the price of cars today, if you're hauling 8 cars, it could be over $250,000. And I guess I never really thought about it before he put it in terms like that. And too bad Rancor Steve's not here. I agree, but he probably has some of his own stuff he's got to do today.
Have you been to a Smith's food and drug store before?
Oh yeah, they've got them in Utah. Have you been to one?
No.
Yeah, they're not much different than any other store.
About Albertsons.
Yeah. I've been to those 2. They have them in Utah.
The most popular grocery store around here is Walmart, H-E-B.
What about Piggly Wiggly?
Piggly Wiggly?
You guys have those there?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, when I lived in Kentucky, they had Piggly Wiggly and they had Winn Dixie. And John says I sent him a link a while ago. Well, I appreciate that, John. Yeah, I had no idea. I was on a stream with him last night, but I'll admit I did not send him or I did not tell him about this live stream today. And I probably should have. I just didn't even think about it.
Hey, why did the broom take a nap?
I don't know.
It was sleepy.
Sleepy.
Get it?
Yep. You know what the beach said to the tide?
What?
Long time no see. Well, one more bag after this, guys. We're almost there.
What bag are you on?
Bag number 9. Got it in the bag for an old bag. No, I'm just kidding.
You know the rabbit beat the turtle by the hair.
Well, that kind of reminds me of a dumb joke. Do you know what you call 1,000 armed rabbits marching backwards?
A receding hairline.
Correct. Okay.
We call a Mexican musician.
Don't know.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Is that trying to make fun of the what was that? What was that group? Was it YouTube? We came up with that song that was Uno Dos, and then it went to 14 or something. Vertigo. That's what it was. What are you doing tonight? Mostly, I think I'm going to be sorting Lego. Well, not sorting, putting away the Lego I sorted. And I'm probably going to be working on the city because I got to get a video out. I haven't done it for a while. And I don't know if I really want to talk about this here, but I'm going to talk about it. No, I won't. Never mind. Because my family, if one of my family members watched this, they'd be upset that I brought it up on here. I can tell you guys privately, though. Yeah. Sometimes family's very confusing and they suck. I mean, I love my family, and I love the fact that we do our monthly dinners together. I do like that, but sometimes family are not the healthiest to hang out with. So once a month at a dinner is long enough. But yeah, we're almost done, guys. This is looking really good in my opinion. It's interesting. On the front of the semi, they have us using this side of the wheel. And then on the trailer, they're having us use this side. Okay, let's make sure I have all the pieces because I have some spares here that I'm not so sure about. And I'm sorry, I said 10 bags. There's only 9 bags. And we're on bag number 9.
Oh yeah, you just put the top part on.
Pretty much. You know, my sister had a convertible Jeep for the longest time. And, you know, those little plastic things that go around the license plate?
Yeah.
She had one because it was a convertible Jeep that said, "If you think I'm cute, you should see me topless."
Is that the one that's married to Jim?
No, that's my sister that's married to a police officer. Um, she was a riot to grow up with, I'll tell you that. I think her and I got in trouble a lot together. That's why we can't hang out with each other as adults. We'd probably still get in trouble. The only problem is the consequences would be much more severe.
How's your family doing?
Doing good. I mean, I love my mom and all, but she can be very annoying. And here lately, she has been annoying. Texting me every day, asking what I'm doing, and it's not just that she asked. I mean, look, if she just asked what I was doing, I wouldn't find that annoying. What I find her annoying is her commentary afterwards, like, well, "Have you worried? Have you done this? Have you worried about this?" And it's like, Mom, there is no reason to worry about any of this. It's all pretty normal stuff. And she'll be like, "Oh, but it's going to come back and bite you if you don't worry about it." It's like, no, it won't. And I know she's just concerned about me, but day in and day out, hearing from her complain at me, it gets old.
Makes you want to put a temporary restraining order on her.
Well, I just ignore her texts for a couple hours. And John says, "What mothers aren't annoying?" You know, John, you got a point. I mean, I know my friend Ben complains about his mom too. So, and I mean, you know, my mom is deaf, not hard of hearing, actually deaf. And so I know she's got a little bit rougher than most moms too. And sometimes she doesn't understand things that a lot of other people understand. So I should cut her a break. Speaking of cutting her a break, on Wednesday, when Mrs. Chip gets here, we're going to be going out to dinner with my mom and dad. So there will be no stream on Wednesday night. I'm going to assure you that. So I was telling you the schedule. Let me talk about the schedule. Oh, wrong paper. Here we go. Let's see. So tomorrow will be the review of the mobile crane, and I messed it up because I put a live stream for Wednesday, so I got to move that. So the live stream was going to be Wednesday. It's going to be Tuesday, and that's going to be based off the Avengers Tower, the custom tower I'm building, kind of like the Daily Bugle. And then Wednesday will be the review of this guy here. So, yeah, we'll go with that. So that's the next couple of days. And then I think Mrs. Chip and I think we're shooting for Friday for our joint live stream, but I'm not sure. I'll have to confirm that with her.
I'm thinking about going to the movies Friday.
Okay. Which movie do you want to see?
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Let me say his name one more time.
Yeah, sure.
Beetlejuice.
Are they still having? Wasn't it Michael Keaton that? Or no? Yeah, it was Michael Keaton, right? That
Yeah.
played. Is he still playing Beetlejuice this time too?
Yep.
Wow, how did they pull that off? I mean, he's like 102 years old now. No, I'm just kidding. He's not that old, but
I don't know.
well, I guess Beetlejuice was a costume to begin with, wasn't it? A bunch of makeup.
And after that, it's probably Gladiator 2.
Oh, are they really doing Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
Dang, man, that. I remember when Gladiator came out. I was working for Rent-A-Center back when I was repoing stuff from people.
And is that around the same time around that D-bag Marine?
Yes. Yeah. He really was a dirtbag.
I'm not talking about a dirtbag, I'm talking about a real D-bag.
Yes, I know. I was trying to be polite, a little more polite. Yeah, he was a trip, dude. And yeah, that was when I worked at Rent-A-Center. Probably my worst repo story. I can pass. The guy died. Oh, Miss. Okay, I'm sorry. Wow, I missed a few. We have a TV schedule. I checked what's out there. Meh, nothing impresses me. All right.
Uh,
I don't really watch TV anymore.
you know what Gladiator 2 is about?
Um, Being in a ring with lions and throwing Christians in there. I don't know what.
It's about that little boy uh, with the next to Commodus.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't kept up with it. Um, I did like the first Gladiator with Russell Crowe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beetlejuice. It's Chip says Beetlejuice. I want to see that one too. Okay. Well, did I miss something here? No, I did not. Okay. Let's. All right. Let's throw that on there.
And in December is probably Nosferatu.
Russell Crowe died. Did he really?
And
He wasn't.
talk about the character.
Well, yeah, the character did at the very end because the Emperor stabbed him before the thing, and the Emperor still lost. Well, they kind of both lost.
Or Stalemate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joker 2 comes out next month.
You know, it's really sad that Heath Ledger died because I thought he did a good job of being the Joker, but he's been dead for a while, so he ain't coming back to do that role.
Hmm.
I could pass. The guy died. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like we're just about done. We just need to Well, let's get that folded up. Okay. We got the lowrider.
Like the song.
Yeah, actually, I like the song.
You remember watching George Lopez?
Yes, I used to watch that show quite a bit, actually. I used to also watch My Wife and Kids with, I don't remember his name, but he was pretty good. He was from In Living Color. He was the handyman, the handicapped superhero. Which, again, today we couldn't do that, but oh well. Back then you could, and they did. All right. What's funny is I look at the sets that are in the back of this book, and I have all of them. I literally do. A couple of them, like the harbor is on its way, and so is the roller coaster. But I have purchased them. Oh, all right, guys. We are done with this set. Completely done. Here it is. Let's get this out of the way. I think it looks good. I like the semi cab. I like the details in it. Lego's becoming more and more detailed with these things, and I like them. I like the trailer. I like the fact that you can just pull this car out, and once it's gone, you can just kind of do this, and you got yourself a ramp to get the other ones off there. But this is almost 1,000 pieces, quite a bit actually for a little Lego set. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment below. Let me know if you're going to buy this one and whether you like the set or not, and let me know if you like my commentaries. Greg, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, Greg.
You're welcome.
You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.